Hey everyone, how's everyone's night going? My night's going pretty good. Well, actually, no, I just found my toe started bleeding. I had none of that. But so I wasn't able to do the video yesterday. It was at a wedding party, so I wasn't able to take notes and do other things. So I'm just doing this off the top of my head. I know there were 4 matches last night. I know there were returns, surprising faces, and 2 matches announced for Bound for Glory. So let's go down the matches for Bound for Glory. Um, Mickie James came out to the ring and said that she wants to challenge Deonna Purrazzo for the Knockouts Championship to find out who the better woman is. And then Deonna was like, "Oh no, that's not how it works here, Mickie. You have to earn your spot." And so a lot of mean words were said back and forth. It ended with Mickie and Deonna brawling, and out comes Scott D'Amore, and he's like, "Yeah, you know what? You're right. Talents don't make matches, but I would be an idiot to not find it." Or basically, I don't remember the whole words. I'm probably paraphrasing a lot, but it basically ended with Mickie James versus Deonna Purrazzo for the Knockouts Championship at Bound for Glory. The second match that was announced, it was during an interview with Rich Swann, Willie Mack, and Gia Miller. And it was Rich Swann discussing his history with the Call Your Shot Gauntlet. And he's throwing his name in the hat. So it's official. The Call Your Shot Gauntlet is happening, and that means a lot could happen at BFG. We have five promotions being promoted on this one show. You got the Forbidden Door wide open. And then you got all these surprising rumors and teases floating around. So you don't just Call Your Shot Gauntlet. It's going to get insane. And I am glad tickets are flying off the shelves. It's going to be freaking fantastic. But during that exchange, Brian Myers was saying he wants to get into it, and he's gonna toss it in there. And then I don't know what happened, but it involved him having a match later on that night. He is bringing a partner of his choosing, and it's not any of the entourage. It's not Manny Lemons. It's not Ziggy Dice, and it's not Sam Beal. So who could it be? Tell you in a minute after the matches. So yeah, those are the 2 matches that were announced at Bound for Glory. Then we have the matches itself. The first match of the night started with Hukaleo and Hukaleo versus David Finlay, and that match was pretty great. Somewhere down the line, I think Bullet Club lost the match, or Hukaleo lost the match. And during that time, because Robinson tossed Chris Bay into the barricades, during that was going on, I'm still trying to concentrate on everything else. This is going to be a very, very slow video. Hukaleo was lost, and he was having struggles with David Finlay and Finjuice. They were being a little too crazy and sporadic, and it ended with ELP coming back, El Phantasma. So it was pretty freaking cool to see El Phantasma again. And he sent the message that Bullet Club is here to stay. He's joining the Bullet Club in Impact, and he's joining the Bullet Club in NJPW. So he came back for return. Later on, we had Chelsea Green versus Rohit. That was another great match. It really looked like Rohit was trying to kill Chelsea, and Chelsea was really trying to kill Rohit. So it was no unequal boundaries. It was a great match. But again, another return came out, and I'm trying to remember how this went down. Right. Okay. Yeah. So Chelsea had the upper hand, and then Matt Cardona was on the outside. Or Heat knocked him down, and then Chelsea was about to win, and then out comes this burly dude sneaking behind Cardona and pulled him, shoved him into the barricades, and the guy that was supposed to be it was Raj Singh, one of the original Desi Hit Squad members. So that was pretty cool to see him back. Don't know what his story is or what's going to fall there. I'm not sure it's going to go to a team. I'm pretty sure it might be him versus each other because he wasn't one of the favored guys. Other than that, the match was good. I loved it. And then the whole surprise factor where Chelsea's like, what the fuck just happened? Like, what? I was winning. So that was great. Another match in the night was a return was Brian Myers versus the Soldiers, which is Rich Swann and Willie Mack. So as he's doing his entrance, and he and Zicky Dice and Manny Lemons and Sam Beal are all begging for him to be the partner, for them to get involved in the match. But it wasn't him. It was VSK. VSK came back and wasn't part of the match, and that was pretty cool. Somewhere in the match, it was great. But the ending to this match was very interesting. Rich Swann is on the turnbuckle, and these three hyenas that Brian Myers recruited are trying to distract Rich Swann. And after a while, VSK is like somewhat inhabilitated on the ground, and then Sam Beal tosses Rich Swann onto VSK for a crossbody, and Rich Swann got the victory. And Brian Myers was not happy about that. So yeah, and then like the other matches were Moose and Eddie. Eddie and Callahan were storming the back looking for Moose. They took out Moose, and then they were storming around looking for Morrissey. They got stopped by Scott D'Amore, saying that we're gonna finish this. This is gonna end. Eddie Edwards versus Morrissey in a street fight match next week. So yeah, that was pretty interesting as well. But what was really, really bad about that one is when Morrissey said, "Hey Eddie, how's your wife?" And I was just like, he did not just say that. Wow. So a little thing also, in the next few weeks, there's going to be an X Division tournament triple threat match. So next week, it's going to be the debuting Alex Zane versus Laredo Kid and versus Trey Miguel. The winner of that match is solidified his spot at Bound for Glory. So the way Scott D'Amore described it is it's a triple threat, 3 triple threat matches, and each one of the 3. I don't remember people know this from the old TNA days. They used to do something like this as well, where it was a triple threat, and the winner of that triple threat advances. And then next week another triple threat would happen, and the winner of that will advance. And then after that, another triple threat, and the winner of that would advance. And then it would have a X Division match to decide the X Division Championship at Bound for Glory. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, a lot of fun stuff happened last night. In the end, who shows up after Christian and not Christian? Christian was taken out earlier in the night by Cane Stick from Ace Austin during the whole relinquishing the title thing. This is why I should have wrote notes. This is all just random nonsense that I'm talking about. No order, no destruct, just random shit that comes in my head, and I'm just talking about it. No one's even watching me. That's fine. The views will rise up. So anyways, so yeah, during the mid episode of the show, in the beginning, Christian took a cane to the eye, Ace Austin's little trick cane. So he was out of action that night, and then it involved Ace Austin versus Josh Alexander for the main event. And then the match was great. Really solidified. There was a fun spot where Ace Austin was doing all these flippy stuff. And then Josh Alexander was like, pow, stopped him right in his tracks. I thought that was great. But that match ended. And after the match ended, Christian came out. Madman Fulton and Ace Austin were beating up on Josh Alexander. So Christian comes out, and he's quickly overpowered by Madman Fulton and Ace Austin. And so they're looking triumphant, beating down Christian Cage and Josh Alexander. And the returning Christopher Daniels reappears. Like, Christopher Daniels, the fallen angel, the fallen one, I don't know his other nicknames. But yeah, he returned, and he helped Christian Cage and Josh Alexander. So the night ended with him on top, being victorious and saying it's a statement that he's here. And then, like, later on, Impact posted an exclusive saying that G. Miller is interviewing him, and it was him discussing why he's in Impact. He's like, I'm here to test out the new ring. I'm here to test out the new competition. And he gets slowly, I don't want to say interrupted, but met up with Scott D'Amore again. And Scott D'Amore is like, hey, you did that whole running thing in Team Canada as well. Like, that brought a lot of memories back. And Christopher Daniels is like, I didn't come here to make memories or bring back memories. I came here to actually compete in your new Impact Wrestling ring. I didn't quite understand that one. New? I mean, it's new to him because he hasn't been a while, but it's still the same old ring. So then Scott D'Amore is like, yeah, okay. I saw you handle Madman Fulton out there, and I think that would be a great match. Paraphrasing, this is not exactly what he said. But he did say that Madman Fulton will go one-on-one with Christopher Daniels next week on Impact. So next week is going to be pretty exciting. You got a street fight match. You got the debuting Alex Zane in a triple threat. And then you got the in-ring return from Christopher Daniels. Crazy night. Well, if I missed anything, I'm sorry. I should have wrote notes, but I didn't. I wasn't thinking. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'm sorry if this was completely random. I'll do better next time. Thank you for your time, and as always, like, share, subscribe, retweet, shout me out on Twitter, which is Misery Eater 101, not 101, 101. And I will talk to you guys next week. Thank you for joining.